Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another round for this weekend. We're finally back on track for a new Grand Prix. We're here for the Dutch Grand Prix. It's going to be a good amount of laps, 38 laps of racing action here today. But first off, let's review the starting grid for today. It will be an Atmanos back-to-back pole position as I'm waiting for the graphic to finally start loading in. Here we go. It's Almanos on pole position, the real Cappy in second place, his best qualifying position since this season. Ella Football equaling his best qualifying position in P3, the Arade Club on his best streak here in P4. News will take P5, following in for Infinity, and Robo Mesa in P6. P7 will be Drifting Casey, kind of a bad day for him, Aquacar in P8. P9 will be Sky Kai, and P10 will be his teammate Kubaba, but he's not present here yet. Desta will take P11, I haven't seen him either, and P12 will be Gappy Poe. Gip will be taking P14, and P14 would be Gappy X, but he's into pit lane, so the Dutchman will cover that spot instead. As we are back on track here. Let's see, is everyone ready?
Let's see. I don't see Gip on the spectate camera thing. What?
Then you should switch camera, Adman, if you can see the lights. Sorry, I cannot fix it right now, as the RA Club isn't ready yet. Gappy X is lined up, Gappy Poe is lined up. It's gonna be a very exciting race. Settings.
Yeah, I would do that Gip right now. Weird.
As we're waiting for everyone to be ready. I want to see the R's in chat. Alright. Then the formation lap starts now. Yokon, start the formation lap. Green flag is on. People react. You can go. Okay. Oh, you guys know where you can park. They'll be fine. As the drivers will finally start the formation lap. We're still waiting for Kelly to unmute himself.
I'm here.
Hello there,
Shocking.
Kelly. Welcome to the grid. There's still JD Motorsports car on the grid for the first time in a race that they both simultaneously are on track. How are you feeling about that one?
Well, very proud as a team owner that we have a car out on track, but also pretty nerve-wracking. Of course, this is the first time that I believe Gib will be in a JD Motorsports car, and especially in the Formula OOF home Grand Prix here in the here for the Dutch Grand Prix. So it's always a little bit nerve-wracking. There's a little bit of nerves, I'm sure, for him, especially in his one of his first few starts in this series. So always stuff to look out for today, and hopefully we can bring it home in one piece.
Yeah, of course, it has been quite an amazing qualifying as well. Gib could sadly not be present. Gappy X wasn't present either. He was present, but he had to fix his setup, so he'll be starting from the pit lane. How do you consider your chances as a team boss here on this Dutch Grand Prix? Of course, home soil for one of your drivers. American Patriot Gray would be helpful as well, as it is the 4th of July for you guys, for the American viewers and American people here. Happy Independence Day. And yeah, let's have a banger of a race as everyone is lining up. As Gappy X is absolutely happy with the amount of people that showed up. As I have reset all the corner cuts. I have everyone lined up. Gabby Gip is lining up. Where's the Dutchman? The Dutchman lined up in the wrong spot. So did Gip.
Gib is line up where he is.
As Gip and the Dutch. Can you remove the timing racing system next race for me? Sure. Oh, my bad. Oh well, they're not gonna do anything. Okay, as we are waiting for the lights to go on here in FIGO, one pit starter, a good amount of other drivers here on track. Let's get this one going. The lights go on here in FIGO. And we are up and running for the first time this season, and it's a good getaway for for Josh. Side by side into turn 1. Almanos takes the lead, and Robo Mesa takes a very interesting line. As I hope the leaderboard will settle itself out a little bit. As I will change my lap. But in the meantime, Admanos with a strong lead here in Assen. It's in front of Robo Mesa, who's battling around with the Josh side by side. I cannot spectate them. What's going on? As people are going into the gravel already. Where's my spectator?
Gib is going to take P5 now, hunting down P4.
Gib with an amazing getaway. He had a very good start. It seems already breaking into the top 10. Robo Mesa losing a bit of ground on Josh and Gib. Gib has made his way into the top 3 as the leaderboard is slowly fixing itself, and that's very good to see that it's doing its own thing and not involving me anything around. That's great. As turn lap 1 has been completed, Robo Mesa
Gib
goes
is
slightly
around.
wide. Yes, Gib is around.
Admanos quick to set the standard for today's race here in the Dutch Grand Prix. Several car lengths separate him from the RA, I believe that is the RA Club in second. Coming through 8 and 9 now, headed up to turn 10. Admanos with the most momentum right now, coming off of a big first career win from FIGO the other week.
Took pole position as well, as he had a great run in qualifying, outscoring the Rook Happy by just 1/10 of a second. P3, which I would believe was Ala Football by 2/10 of a second. All of the top 6 was separated by less than a second. Great results for them, but he was the fastest of them all, and he's looking to win another Grand Prix, add another victory to their list. But the R8 Club, with 4 beers on his name, has also said that beer is the magic potion for him to make him quicker. Let's see how that works out, as Ala Football is back to 4th place, chased by Robo Mesa.
We go back to the second place spot for the RA Club. He had a really good day at FIGO the other week. Couldn't quite wrap it up, and he is now within a few car lengths of Atmanos out at turn number 5. Down this straightaway, he is currently hunting him down like a heat-sinking missile. Now I believe through turn 10, the RA Club holding lots of pressure for Atmanos as they go through this sector of the track.
Of course, it's a championship battle sorts of thing as well, as the R8 Club is equal. History Motorsports is equal with the Lambo Racing for that points lead. NS Motorsports not far behind as well, but they don't seem to be going that strong around this track. R8 move, pulling a move, he's off the lead, side by side. Atmanos will get the ERS, I believe, but R8 Club takes the lead with a very solid run. The ERS paying off instantly. Well, let's see if he can keep the lead away from Atmanos, as Robo Mesa jumps to 3rd place, making ground on the leaders. Josh back to 4th, and Sky Kinda dropping a place back to Gibby Gib, as both JD Motorsports car present on track. As Atmanos making a move, closing in on the R8 Club. Will he be
He's
close
making
enough?
up off the ground. Here we go.
Into 5 and 6 we go. 6 and 7 we go. It's side by side. Atmanos back to the lead. Ooh, goes a bit into the gravel. Can he keep it straight? It seems R8 has a better move back, and R8 is back to the lead yet again. There's a lot of ribbon banding going on currently for me, so I do not know exactly what's going on everywhere. But let's go to the midfield. It looks like a very hefty battle between Robo Mesa, Ala Football, Drifting Casey, and Josh. All 4 The four-way battle for the final place of the podium looks very exciting. Now it's Robo Mesa versus I Love Football side by side, within each other even.
You gotta realize here that Gibb is the only JD Motorsports car in the top 10, while his teammate, starting in the pit lane, is not going to catch back up here.
Yeah, Gappy with a little bit of technical issues. He wanted to fix those prior to the start of the race, setting up his car a little bit differently, and he is now back out on the racing surface. It's going to take a little bit of time for him to catch back up. Might take a ballsy fuel strategy for him to get where he wants to today, but
Tires
so far he's been keeping it clean. Meanwhile, we go back to the battle up front. Atmanos and the R8 Club. The R8 Club was under fire last lap, but quick to rebound, holding out a strong, sustainable lead here. The Atmanos might be holding off just a little bit to save his car. No need to really do anything too brash too soon into the races. We are only 5 laps within this Grand Prix.
Yeah, and of course we gotta keep those corner kits in mind, as well as Gappy Poe, the other Gappy on the track, which is no Atmanos! Oh, that was a snap and a half. He kept it going, but imagine if he went careering into the wall. That would have been an amazing crash, but that's a heart-sinking moment if that happens. But coming back to the corner kits, Gibb already has collected a 10-second time penalty. I Love Football 5 seconds, Gappy Poe 5 seconds, and Atmanos has 5 seconds as well. The R8 Club nearing 5 seconds, one corner kit away for the 5 seconds. Let's see how that all goes on. Of course, the drivers can clear the penalties during a pit stop.
6.
But Atmanos coming back on the R8 Club.
Oh, Gibby spins.
As I see some cars spinning around in the background, I think it looked like News was spinning as well, but I'm not sure about that. News falling in for Infinity, however, having a tough job keeping up with them.
A lot of rubber banding up here. It's kind of hard to tell. Atmanos looks to be just neck and neck there with the RA Club through this little carousel section. They might be side by side through this little short chute coming to the front straightaway. The RA Club still holding out in the first place spot, though.
And I'm going to the midfield battle between Rue Cappy and I Love Football. I Love Football has taken the third place away from...
Oh, we have a battle for the lead.
Atmanos right on the rear of the RA Club as they head down the front straightaway, charging into turn number 1. A lot of lag spikes on my end, and there is the RA Club's owner, Mr. Lee, joining the game to watch his driver put on a show for the fans here for the Dutch Grand Prix.
It really depends on pit strategy-wise.
As your Club still battling for the lead, it's T7 Jake, coincidentally also our pace car driver for this weekend. If you're a driver, sometimes you would hope they will come in action, sometimes you don't. I think if you're R8 or Atmanos, you would not like to see Jake now pull on track because there's a safety car. I would say if you're a GapPX, you would love to see the safety car on track, get new tires, join the queue, and you are good to race again, catching back as well. But Atmanos has taken the lead again. Let's see if he can maintain it for the last corner. Good exit by him. R8 fumbled a little bit. DRS will be enabled on the rear wing of the Asturian Motorsports car, but it's not enough to catch back up, and Atmanos is back in the lead.
My goodness, my goodness, the lag of the spectating menu is horrendous.
Go back to I Love Football, currently running in 4th. Currently trying to hold off the real Cappy, a.k.a. Josh. They are side by side right now. Fierce battle for 3rd. I Love Football clears him off the corner. And down the straightaway, Josh is going to be needing to do a little bit of catch-up here. But not without challenge from behind. Here comes Robo Mesa in the 5th place spot, trying to flirt with a 3-car battle between these great drivers. Look to be side by side there for a second between Josh and Robo. Coming through the final section of the track. It looks to still be them two, with I Love Football holding out in front of them in the third place spot.
As I Love Football seems to be walking away. What happened to the R8 Club? He is very far away from Robo Mesa. I do not know what happened. If you guys saw it, then I'm just blind. But the R8 Club has lost a massive amount of time on Manos. It's about a 5-second difference between the two. What has happened between them? Because I Love Football is not far behind from him. There
might have been trouble, I believe, down the back straightaway for the RA Club. I don't think I had eyes on it either, but judging where he was, I'm guessing it had to have happened in that sector as he gets a little loose there, and I believe corner number 5. So troubles right now for the RA Club, currently in second. We go back to Atmanos, leading the Dutch Grand Prix so far. He's been having to battle with the RA Club, but now he's got clear roads ahead for a little bit longer.
Oh my goodness. Well, I just saw Gappy in front of Gibby. Holy moly, what a jump scare.
As we might have some bad news, the pace car is apparently stuck. So if there's any weird action going on, then we either will call a virtual safety car or have a red flag. Kind of depends on how hefty the crash is. But for the time being, we do not have a safety car on standby, which is a bit stupid, but it is what it is. In the meantime, the Red Club a bit behind. Manos.
Now, Shuffle, we talked about momentum earlier. How do you think coming off that race win last week is playing into Atmanos' confidence here today for the Dutch Grand Prix?
That would be especially good for him. He has the momentum going. The first win is always the most difficult and the hardest one to get, since if you had one, there's a little bit less pressure on you. You know, you don't have to prove yourself. You already did. And he had a confident win as well. That helps, especially if you get that win done. Of course, the track suited the car very well. This is a track where Noob Empire Racing, GMG, and even Perez Motorsports with the same engine, but GAD Motorsports with the same engine, but a different downforce setup, should be better at. But for the time being, he's absolutely rocking it, making sure that he does everything right and there's no mistakes from his part, as he takes another lap over the finish line to make the lead for lap 11.
Look at Gibby right now. He's making some positions. He's trying to get back into that top 3. And look at him. He's like hunting down Robo ever since.
But Gib is also nearing the disqualification limit. He's at 21 corner cuts. If he wants that cleared, he should do a pit stop and make sure his corner cuts get removed by a 20-second stop-go penalty. But he's 4 corner cuts away from a disqualification limit. Other drivers are very calm still with there's a lot of 5 and 10-second penalties, but nowhere near the amount of Gib has. So he should either watch those penalties or get the penalty served in the pit lane.
And as a team owner, I don't like to do this mid-race, but I would recommend definitely going for that pit lane option so we can at least bring it home. So Gib, please heed my warning. But back to Atmanos, of course. Currently putting on a masterclass here in the Dutch Grand Prix. About to go down the front straightaway once again as we are about to cross for 12 laps into this race. And Shuffle, when do you think we're going to start seeing pit strategy start to play in?
Well, I think Gibbs is already pulling into the pit lane. Let's see how he has to wait 20 seconds before he can go again to have his penalty cleared. Of course, 20 seconds. First gear red line goes into the pits. And it's just waiting a long time. He accidentally, I think yeah, exactly. That's just you cannot pit. Yeah, then just jump out and jump in for new tires. If then it's broken, that can happen. The 20 seconds has been cleared, so he'll be good to go. Out of the pit, he will come. I think he will have a good amount of gap behind him now. So a lot of drivers have overtaken him. He's still in the points, but he's only scoring 1 point as it stands. Let's go back to the lead. Drifting Casey is catching back to R8 Club. What happened there? As it went from chasing one Lambo to being chased by the other Lambo. As GappyX is typing mid-race.
And I would also like to bring up the fact that the difference between the lead just a couple laps ago was 4 seconds, and that is now extended by 3. So the difference is now 7. Let's see what it's going to be at the line. It's still going to be 7.6. Might have increased a little bit, so we might be seeing some troubles here for the R8 Club early on in this race.
Yeah, of course, the pit strategy will come in play as well, as Gibbs corner kits do not want to be changed.
They really want him to be banned, or not banned, DNF'd.
Disqualified.
Same thing. Same thing. Back to drifting. Casey has a chance to surge to the second place spot and make it a Lambo Racing 1-2 run here early on.
Finally, they reset. Holy shit, that took a while.
The R8 Club seems to be faltering every lap that we go here in the Dutch Grand Prix, and Lambo Racing seems to be taking advantage of that.
The
They now have
Dutch
him
Grand
sandwiched.
Prix. We are the Dutch. This is the Dutch Grand Prix. We are the Dutch. I had to say it.
And down the front straightaway, the R8 Club has actually closed that gap to a 6-second lead. So it has now been closed for a full second.
Ever since Gibb has pitted to serve his penalty, I think we could definitely see him, when pit window is open, we could probably see him making up some few positions.
Maybe
As
once that strategy
Gappy
starts to
Poe
play
will
out.
get a drive-through penalty. Not GappyX, but Gappy Poe will get a drive-through penalty for speeding into the pit lane. That's not the way how you should do that.
Very unfortunate for Gappy Poe, but
Gabby
It's
Poe
not
be
the-
like, what? Gabby Poe be like, I speed on pit row and I do not get a ticket.
very unfortunate for him. We go back to the front, though, in on Manos.
Oh, he doesn't know?
As he suddenly, did he leave? He has disconnected, and there will be a yellow flag. Is a car standing still on track. It should be a safety car, but the safety car is immovable, which is a bit annoying.
And Gibby is going to pass Aqua for that 11th place spot after Aqua has spun out.
So I guess in this scenario, everybody would just need to catch up to Manos.
Yeah. Everyone out Manos will be pacing. Die. Okay.
Manos is the official pace car today.
Yep.
Yeah.
As
Alright, JD.
Yes.
pit stops
Yeah,
are
yeah,
allowed.
yeah.
Pit lane is always open. Manos is the pace car for the time being.
Yeah, I want
No
to tell
pressure
you
on
something,
Manos.
I want to tell you
Huh?
something, JD.
So
Let's play Spot Jake. Do you
well,
see
Jake has been
Jake?
spotted. He has been spotted as Manos dives into pit lane.
As we are having issues with the pit lane system, which I am very confused of.
So
A
does
little
that
bit
make
concerning.
drifting the new leader?
That all depends if he goes into pit lane. He's probably going to go in and get that quick pit stop, though, just like his
Okay.
Lambo Racing teammate.
As
Yeah,
there
looks
will
like
be a
the-
red flag. The pit lane is a bit broken. I will have to see if I can do a quick fix on that. I do not know why it's broken though.
Yes. Yes, you know what? If something broke, like script-wise,
Well, Shuffle, would you like me to do mid-race interviews?
Yeah,
while
sure.
You, fix this?
I'll be
All
right
right, I
back.
guess-
I'm gonna get myself a drink.
Then I guess we shall do mid-race interviews for everybody who would like them. We're only going to do maybe 5 to 6, depending on how much time we have in between this red flag stint and next time we see the green fly.
Oh, okay.
Shuffle, would you like me to just do them in chat?
No, you can invite people to stage if you want.
Oh, I can't. I have that power?
I will give you that power now.
Oh, sweet.
Why can I not give you the power? Oh, there we go.
I have
You have the power now.
Let's freaking go. Alrighty.
As for the stream, I will put in a... No, that's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can pit. Everybody can pit. Pits are open, I'm pretty
As-
sure.
On screen you will now see a nice picture of a GMG car. I will fix the thing real quick for you guys so I don't have issues with the stuff. I do not know what happened.
It is now time for a word of our fake sponsor, Brothers Pizza. Enjoy the pizza. That's it. That's the short sponsor. That's the shortest ad I ever done.
Okay, I don't know how this happened, but okay, that's very interesting.
All right, where's our drivers at?
Would
There you
anybody
are.
like a mid-race interview?
I don't know. They want to. I mean, they're busy. Cars.
That is fair. That's why I'm asking.
Hey, JD.
Yes.
We could totally see these guys like running the 5th annual Black Indy 500.
That is a very random thought, but I suppose.
If anyone wants to compete at that next year, you can totally ask JD. You can totally ask JD because he's the owner of it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody. Recontinuing 15 minutes. Wow. Okay.
And did I mention that Roblox are on the line for next year?
We can mention that after the race. Manos wants to be on stage. Manos, am I hearing that you want to get an interview?
I think so.
Lambo Racing wants an interview? How about it?
He wants an interview.
All right. We got a couple people who are requesting
Yeah, I want an interview too.
Well, I saw Manos first, so we're going to do Manos.
Why are you like that stage moderator?
Hello.
So
Why
how
am I
did
not-
you get here?
He's
Shuffle.
moderator.
Shuffle.
That's true.
I served my penalty.
After the red flag, since we need to restart the server, everyone will get a get out of
No.
jail card.
Wait, so you're gonna reset systems for everyone?
Yeah, since I had I don't know what happened, but the pit system. Well, I think I might have accidentally removed it into the void, so all the pit boxes are empty now. It's easy to fix. I know what I gotta
Yeah.
do, but I need to do.
Fucking awesome.
the entire time.
But I will fix that. don't
Okay,
worry.
anyone want to add something? Okay, I'm ready for the interview.
All right, Manos, it's safe to say that you've been having a pretty good day so far. Closing in on the halfway point, and now that you've got pretty much a free pit stop here, how does that play into your confidence being able to hold off the RA Club for maybe the remainder of the race and potentially on this next restart, everybody you got bottled up behind you?
Well, yeah, it's kind of really annoying. I've been having a good day, good race, but yeah, it's had to be fucked up because of stupid pit lane and stuff. Got broken. I don't blame Shuffle for it. I'm just mad because it ruined my race. You know, it's kind of hard to pull off that confidence and concentration again after a good start. I was in my flow state, so it's kind of hard to get into it again.
But you seem to be still having that pace, and I don't doubt that you'll be able to find that pace again once we go back to racing. But do you think it might require you possibly needing to rebound at any point? Do you have a fear that you might lose the lead on this restart?
The fear of losing the lead is there because you can actually lose the lead, but I don't really think I lost all my concentration on trying to get back on the lead because we have a very good pace actually in the car.
All right. Well, we always love that. A little bit of confidence from you, Matos. Trying to go 2 in a row. Is there any other thing that you would like to mention before we send you on your way?
Nothing much really, but drifting has actually got up some places, which is very good, and I did expect him to get up, and he's showing everyone how consistent he is today.
Absolutely. Lambo Racing currently running in, I believe, the top 3. You had the RE Club sandwich there in position number 2 for a little bit, and Drifting Casey seemed to be catching up little by little. Does that also help you out that you might have a teammate in this later half of the race?
Yeah, absolutely, definitely.
Yeah, I got an emergency question. Sorry for interrupting. I disconnected.
Some pressure on him.
No,
If you disconnect during the red flag, then it's fine.
Okay, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say, as I was saying, drifting is completely 100% helpful for me to be in the top 3, and a double podium would be crazy, but I don't imagine how crazy will that be if it's a 1-2 in the end.
All right. Well, thank you for talking to us, Matos. We wish the best of luck to you and your Lambo racing teammate later in this second half of the race. And now I believe we're just going to move on to Josh.
Hey.
Josh, you've been running in the top 5 pretty consistently through the first half of the race. How is that going to play into the second half of the race once we get things back and going?
Okay, well, I was really fucked over by the red flag. I was the first box. I boxed at lap 8 to put on some hards, hoping to undercut the rest of the grid. And then, of course, red flag came and everyone got a free pit stop. And now I'm forced to start on 10th. It's going to be a difficult race, especially considering that a red flag in the middle of the race is going to change the entire strategy for every single team. There are teams who started with the hards. They're going to have to figure out what to do now. Some others started with the mediums. It is a really interesting point in the race. It will shift the dynamics of the race entirely. And we're going to see who gets a good position finish and who doesn't.
Now, you talk about the big switch up in strategy for every team. Do you have confidence that your team will be able to adapt to a sort of hybrid strategy now that the red flag has been thrown almost midway through the race?
It depends on what we started on. There's one of the 2 drivers in the team right now is having a tough time finding a strategy that will suit him, considering the tire he started on. I believe we can do something about this, but it will be hard. This race is turning into something way more difficult. It's going to be hard to stay in position. It's going to be hard to get consistent lap times towards the end of the race. And hopefully something lucky comes our way. And that allows us to get a good position. But I find it more difficult than the beginning now.
Well, always wishing you the best of luck, Josh. Hopefully you guys can figure something out before the end of the race. Maybe even take the fight directly up to Lambo Racing. Good luck to you guys. And
Thank you.
We will be talking to you later, I presume. All right.
I feel
Next up, we have Sky Kai. And then after that, I believe we have Gib. So Sky Kai has been invited up to stage if he wishes to come up for an interview. Oh, you can only do chat. That's fine. Sorry, I just saw that. Sky Kai, you seem to have made it halfway through the race. Last race, it was very much a question of if you'd be able to make it to the end and bring it home in one piece. You were able to do that. Do you have that same goal for today? And if so, how does this red flag help you out in that situation? Why is the Dutch running laps?
That's because he can. He is the Dutchman.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, indeed.
All right.
The Dutch for the win. Sky Kai is currently typing up his response. I presume that's what he's doing. It helps me out in the fact that I have run less laps at full speed, and my goal isn't to finish but to get P10 or higher, and I've just been analyzing strategy and possibilities. That is something pretty good, especially now that you've got this little break here in between the first and second half of the race. By analyzing those strategies, do you think you'll be able to adopt maybe a weird strategy by the end of this race that might be able to get you somewhere higher than P10? You say that's the goal, to get P10 or higher, but do you think that adopting a new strategy will be able to get you to that point? Yeah, maybe, but definitely very risky looking at the loss of grip. Definitely, and especially at a track with sharp corners in mostly the second sector, I believe. You definitely don't want to be losing grip too much, especially coming into the second half of the race. Is there anything else you got for us, Sky Kai, before we let you go on your way? I just want to say good luck to the other drivers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Sky Kai and his mid-race interview. I'll do an AI interview, but Gib before me. Ew, bro. We ain't doing no AI interview. Get out of here.
The text-to-speech interview.
Who uses AI?
Kimmy, you're
Interview news.
That's Kimmy.
Well, I'm gonna do Gib first. But yeah, that's you, Kimmy. News.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure. I was gonna tell Robo that. Accept the damn invite, Gibby. You know what, Speaker? I'll let you interview him. Because you've been talking about him so much.
Oh, okay. Hi, Gib.
Hello there, Seeker, JD, and Shuffle.
All right, Gib. You were runner-up, like during the early stages of the last. Been out like a couple times, and you gotta come in and do a time penalty on pit row. Are you gonna be back up into the front of the pack? Says now you're on fresh hard tires now.
100% will be.
100% will be.
If I'm not setting faster laps than Otman and R6, I'm setting dang near the same exact lap times as them.
Okay, so your teammate started on the pits, not doing so well before the red flag came out. What do you think about your teammate? Is your teammate gonna hopefully get a better position with you, top 5 or top 3 wise?
I'm thinking he'll definitely be top 7 here. He's shown pace better than a lot of people on this, so I do believe he'll find his way up to 7th.
Well, Gib, your engineer is telling you that to cut off the quarter cunts. You're gonna listen to him?
No, I won't.
Oh, you won't?
Most likely won't.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Gibby, and good luck with the rest of the race once we get back.
Good luck, everyone.
And that is Gibby
right.
for you, Mr. JD.
Yeah, you get out of stage there, pal. You get out of stage. How do I move you down?
I did.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. Next up, we got Kimmy, I believe. Unless I call it, do you want me to call you Noose or Kimmy? I'm about to put you up on stage, but I just want to know what you want me to call you.
Like Kimi Räikkönen?
No.
Good, that works.
Noose.
I thought you said Kimi.
No. Well, his in-game, just Noose.
Blah.
Just Noose. Okay. Why did I put Robo up here?
Yeah,
Why
he
was
can
Robo up here?
He can invite himself.
Oh, motherfucker. All right.
Mother
Noose,
fudger.
let's talk about your run so far in the first half of this race. You got your teammate up there running with you early in this event. How you feeling after this whole red flag situation?
I had a bad start, which really put me down. And I started on the hard tyres, which really puts me at a disadvantage now.
Well, similar to what I had to ask your teammate earlier, do you think you guys are going to need to adopt a new little hybrid strategy coming into the later parts of this race to possibly take it home in the top 5 or maybe even more than that?
I really don't know at the minute. I mean, the strategy is mainly the big thing right now, and I'm just trying to work out a good one for the next part of the race.
All right. Is there anything else that you would like to tell us before we let you on your way to possibly discuss a little bit of a strategy change between you and your teammate?
Just good luck to everybody else.
All right. Thank you for talking to us, Noose. Wishing you the best of luck to you and your teammate in the second half of the race. And I will let you back on your way to thinking about what you guys will need to do into the second half of the race.
Alright, the shutdown will happen in about a minute and a half from now. I have fixed the system. I did a dumb thing. I accidentally moved all the bricks into the void. Where you can touch your pit box, which is a stupid move by me, I know. I apologize for the drivers for that. That was completely on me. I also moved the safety car, so it should be.
How did someone's engine expire?
Who's had an engine experiment? I mean, Josh.
It was Josh. It was Josh.
Josh farted.
His car shitted itself.
I mean,
what did I do?
Could you
What did I do? Oh, I mean, at least it blew up
what did you say?
while waiting.
Can you remove me from the Standish UI?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Let me do that.
Thank you.
Since you're up here, Robo, let's talk to you.
Oh, okay.
Team GMG, man, do you want your AI set up?
AI setup. Well, the only AI I know of this week or anything remotely close to self-driving cars would probably have to be Evan Varney's time attack car being seen this Sunday at Track Ones. But as for me, looks like we got some. Looks like my teammates out here getting some tire deck information mid red flag. But I think as far as it goes for strategy, I think I know what I'm probably gonna do. Come to the finish. I kind of got an idea of what I want to do. Cars ran pretty good. You know, I think most of the skill issue today has been me. Holy fuck, look at Dutchman. He's on a purple sector 1. I could divert your eyes to that. Shuffle politely, please. I want to see what this guy can cook.
Yeah. Sure.
Alright. So that is the capabilities of the GMG, which I am currently not driving until we get back into... Oh my god, look at that. We're at the limit.
Focus, Robo. Focus.
Sorry, it's hard to keep your eyes off of the Dutchman.
Quit being mesmerized.
I mean,
Come
Robo.
on.
I am.
There's a reason. I'm gonna interrupt you guys very quick. There's a reason that the Dutchman is the most successful GMG driver in this league.
Yeah, I'm just here just to.
Bro, Shuffle. When is the race restarting?
We have.
Oh, he went second. All right.
Ottman's engine blew out.
No DRS, but the cars. You know, the car's clearly pretty good. I just need to figure out how to push it better. And
now that Dutchman keep doing that for the rest of the race, that kind of stuff. Awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's with soft tires, but I think I got an idea of what I might want to do for strategy.
Oh, finally.
So, car's good. I just got to lock in. I don't know which position I'm really in because that's going to be a bit of a hard call for Shuffle to make, whether I'm P3 or P7, whatever it was. Don't really care. I mean, I'd like to start up front, but I know whatever call he's going to make, there's going to be some people that are going to be a little bit unhappy about it. So can't go too hard on him. It's going to be a tough decision. And I'm just can't wait to get back onto the track.
Alrighty, well, thank you for talking to us, Robo. Good luck to you and Team GMG in
Robo,
the
kill
second
yourself.
half of the Dutch Grand Prix. And Josh with a few choice words there after his interview. Gotta love it.
I'm
Got
kidding,
to
Robo. I
love
love you. Happy Independence Day.
Alright, I have to look at those results, but the lap before the red flag came out, I cannot make out who that is in P4. I think it's... Oh yeah, alright. I have your positions here ready. We'll be continuing with 20 laps to go.
I'm sorry, Shuffle. Did you say 20 laps to go?
Yeah, 20 laps.
Got you.
P9 is Josh. Josh got fucked over.
We love that for Josh. Whose engine expired now?
You can, if your engine expired during spawn, you can redo it.
Please tell me it was Robo's. I would love if it... No, it was the Dutchman's. 20 laps left. At least according to Shuffle.
Shuffle, can you confirm there's 20 laps left, even though we had like a caution on 16? I'm gonna bug you about that.
22 laps to go.
There's 20 laps left.
remaining.
Okay. Okay.
Shuffle, they were asking if they grid now. Okay, he said go grid.
Alright, I have made the positions clear. I did announce the order. We will not have a formation lap this time around.
I am back. I have magically teleported Chick-fil-A here in the Netherlands. Ask why.
Alright. This is a bit of a stinky situation, but yeah. Y'all got lucky with the corner kits as well. They be
Stop
gone.
eating chips, bro.
I'll be checking park from me right now. I'll make a screenshot of that. If one of y'all break it, you know what it means. If for you to drop grid drop.
Seeker, I would go on mute. Seeker, please go on mute.
Wait, what happened?
There's a lot of background noise. I would go on mute for just a minute.
No, that's not smart.
As I'm waiting for the cars to be ready, I am seeing a lot of R's. So let's see how we will do this time around in Assen as we'll be going on board with Atmanos, the guy who's leading. The lights go on for a second time around here in Figo. Who will get the better start? And we're up and running yet again, and it's a poor getaway yet again for Atmanos.
Triple, I hate to break this.
Yeah.
Dude, this isn't Figo.
Aston, my apology. How do I get corrected in my own league? Drifting
You said
Casey
that
up to
twice
the
now.
lead. What a start by him. He's
Oh
now back
my
to
God.
second, but a Drifting Casey had an amazing getaway, battling side by side. The Lambo war brewing on, but Amana seems to be getting the better of it as Drifting Casey closing on the P2. R8 Robo Mason up to third place. Let's see how he will perform. The Dutchman made ground, a good amount of ground, but Amana still in the lead. Robo Mason second, and Josh in P5 as I Love Football takes P4. But what a getaway. What happened with the R8 Club though? Did he crash yet again or like spin around yet again? He is a good amount of time behind.
Now, this is the exact type of situation that Manos was talking about, that the situation that he wants him and his teammate to be in, position number 1 and 2 right now. But Drifting Casey is under pressure right now by, I believe, a JD Motorsports driver.
By Gib.
Who is that?
Gib is up to second place for the JD Motorsports outfit. Takes a wide line, gets overtaken by both drivers behind that. That was... Ooh, and he's got a great getaway. He's up to second.
Sarge is to second place. Holy moly. But it's not going to come without competition. I believe that is I Love Football and Drifting Casey both bottled up behind him for position number 2. 3-car battle now as Drifting Casey is quick with the switchback on the inside, but Gibb is holding on with defense. They are now both catching up to the Lambo Racing teammate.
Manos is 18th on the 12th on the leaderboard. I don't think that's gonna be true, but let's see that being updated very soon. Gib with a very good fight and charge on Manos. Can Gib take the first ever victory for JD Motorsports in this league?
He is catching ever so slightly on Manos with some great defense right now with Lambo Racing. And his teammate currently sitting in third. He's a couple car lengths back from Gib. So Drifting Casey might not be a factor for a few laps. Now Manos beginning to separate himself from Gib as they come to the final sector of the track and through turn number 21 down the front straightaway. We're going to be seeing 17 to go for the Dutch Grand Prix.
What has happened with the Dutchman? He's fallen back a good amount.
We have a battle for the lead between Manos and Gibb, side by side now through turn number 5. Gibb with a pretty good exit, but with Manos quick back with the charge. Surge is out in front by a little bit. Half a car length separates the two. Now through turns 8 and 9.
The Dutchman has accidentally disconnected from the race. We have a second chance rule starting from this weekend onward. Josh and I discussed it. The Dutchman is allowed to remerge, but it's gonna be in last place.
Back to the race for the lead, side by side, Manos and Gibb. Wheel to wheel for the lead. Gibb falters a little bit. Manos beginning to separate once again. About 2 to 3 car lengths separate them now more. And through this final sector, Manos just keeps having the run of his life, and he's been able to run away from Gibb every time we go through that sector of the track. But here we come through the first section of the track. Manos seems to here, and this is where Gibb seems to make up a lot of ground. And as I say that, Gibb quickly with the charge for the race lead, side by side down the back straightaway once again.
Holy smokes, guys. It gives the Dale Jr. of F1.
Manos still holding out with a pretty strong gap between him and Gibb as they come through the final sector of the track. This is where Manos seems to be the strongest. Manos still holding out with the lead, but Gibb seems to be right there with him. And as the lag starts to clear up, it looks to be that Gibb is now in the lead.
W.
But remember, this is where Manos shines. This sector of the track is truly where his car begins to truly show itself, and we see that right now as he is quickly closed that gap between him and Gibb. Up through turn 21, it is a drag race to the straight.
But Otman
Down
seems
to
to
the
have it.
stripe, it's going to be close. Manos still leading. Now through turns 1, 2, and 3, Gibb seems to have the lead by maybe just a car length. Maybe not. Atmanos is still there. With a little bit of an awkward exit there, now Gibb has solidified a pretty substantial lead here, but it looks to be that Atmanos seems to be closing in just a little bit more. And once again, we are closing in on the part of the racetrack where Atmanos' car seems to perform the best compared to that of the JD Motorsports car currently leading the field. Lots of lag on my end right now, but it still shows that Gibb is in the lead and Atmanos is in second. But don't forget, Drifting Casey is behind him. He has a teammate up here in the top 3, and they might just not be pushing that hard right now. Again, there's really no need to push your car that hard. There's still several laps to go, which once they cross the line, it's going to be 14. So there's still a bunch of time for these guys to work with.
As
For-
Gibb has
for
collected
Lambo
another
Racing,
5-second time penalty. He has exceeded the corner cut limit yet again with 6 laps. That's about a corner cut a lap he did. Although Otmanos is not far behind with 3 seconds, but even though Gibb is leading Grand Prix right now, the 5-second time penalty would put him back all the way to P4.
Very unfortunate there for the JD Motorsports driver, having the drive of his life in this first little portion of the second half of the Dutch Grand Prix. So now Atmanos officially the race leader, even though Gibb is out front. Now with that time penalty, that is going to put Lambo Racing 1-2.
Darn.
And it would
So at this point,
be
it's a
their
question if
first
Gibb
ever 1-2 in
just wants to
history. Of
serve
course,
that
2
penalty.
Grand Prix victories for the team, multiple poles, but that would be their first ever 1-2 finish in their entire history of the league. Let's see how they will fill out the rest of the Grand Prix. There's still 14 laps of racing remaining. I think we might see another pit stop happening as well. Drivers going to the mediums per chance, but let's see what happens across those 14 laps, as Gibb will make it 13 once she crosses the chicane. It seems that Atman had a pretty good run in the last sector, closing up a little bit. Its 4-10 gap will become a 5-10 gap. Well, 10th away, but still in the DRS range, so let's see how those two will fight each other.
The lag is real on my end. What in the
As
It
world?
would appear that
Followed by-
Robomace has also exceeded the
I love
5,
football
second
has an engine
penalty.
failure. There is an engine failure.
Oh no, he's blowing up down the front straightaway. Trouble for I Love Football.
Seeker.
Yeah.
Are you in the pit lane or not?
I am in the pit and I'm not doing the freaking pace car.
Kelly, are you on phone or not?
I am on phone,
Okay. Well.
but I am in the game on PC.
Oh.
Where is
Could you
Jake?
drive the pace car?
Oh.
Jake is not in game.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Where's the
never
car?
mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Okay.
The incident cleared. He pulled into the pit lane. He's out of track. He's good to go. Track is clear again. This was weird. I love don't do that. Don't pull in the pit lane like that. That's very interesting. But oh my, that's a horrible day for him. He had a good amount of speed. Was fighting for the podium even, and now he's out of the Grand Prix due to an engine retirement. As Atmanos takes the lead yet again. I will have to review that
Looks
because there
like-
was a full course yellow. If I were
Sorry
Atman,
to-
I would give back the position because there was a full course yellow, and if I
Sorry to interrupt
I
the
don't think
shuffle,
he's
but it would
listening.
appear that Lambo Racing's number 37 machine has gotten the 5-second penalty. Not that it seems to be going to be affecting him too much, but he does have that 5-second penalty now. Same with Robo Mesa and Gibb. Gappy X has also gotten 2 time penalties, I believe, with now 10 corner cuts on the second half of this race.
so does Ala Football, but he cannot really serve it. He's out of the race. That's too bad for him. NS Motorsports was doing very well, but an engine retirement is not something you can do. I suddenly saw him drop back on the leaderboard, and then you look at him and you see an engine retirement. I would like to ask drivers either pull it onto a safe spot instantly, or just keep driving as far as you can, but do not pull into the pit lane in reverse like he did. That was very confusing and catches his race stewards a bit out, as Atmanos has given back the place to Gib.
But in reality, it's still Atmanos in front.
It's not. Not even by a second. Look at it.
No, I thought that Gibbs still had the penalty.
Oh, with the penalty, yeah, then definitely. But
yeah, no,
on track, on track he's ahead.
Shuffle.
Technically, he's not. Although does Oddman still have a clean? I'm friended with every man in the server except for Kimmy and myself. That's.
Why do you say Kimmy like that? So disgusted. You're like Kimmy.
Kimmy.
What's wrong with Kimmy, man? What's wrong with Kimmy, man? He's like a nice guy. But anyways, back to the action at hand. Atmanos still technically first place with that time penalty, but it's all up to Gib to see if he can open up a 5-second gap, which is, not out of the tables, but still it's going to be a pretty tall ask, especially if we're going to have a pit strategy playing into the second half of this race. That is something that he definitely needs to worry about, but Atmanos doesn't need to worry about that right now, because by race result, he would be in the lead, and his teammate did indeed get a 5-second penalty, but he is currently sitting in 7th.
Yeah.
So really, might put him in 8th place realistically. What's up, Seeker?
Like, very, very bad, Timmy. You'll get a super F.
Alright. Anyway, in the meantime, it was very, very interesting. Let's go on board with Robo Mesa. If we look at the standings script, he's not far behind News, who's finally found his pace. As the Earth Clip has claimed... Is he being lapped, the Earth Clip? No, never mind, I'm stupid. As there's a scrap going on for the podium places. Let's see if Robo can lock in and finally do good. As I think the Dutchman might be having a bit of trouble with lag. Ooh, and Noose is into the gravel.
Josh into the dirt!
That wasn't News, but okay. That was Kimmy.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, News. Oh, that's Kimmy. That's Kimmy. Come on, man.
Hey!
That gives Robo Mesa a free place, and Josh as well is overtaking his driver as well. As he comes into the pit lane, does Kimmy have a time penalty or not? He does have a 5-second time penalty. Will he do that penalty as well, or does he think he can keep within 25? As I'm happy that the pit system finally works again.
Woo!
He does not serve his penalty. He instantly goes on again. But he will leave the pit lane.
Something we could see potentially later, Shuffle, is that people go on to pit lane and then serve their penalty once we see maybe another little fuel strategy stint, or pit strategy stint, not fuel.
If it depends on here, like, who will go down pit road first?
And of course, who will do the best pit entry as well? That kind of depends on how good your pit stop is as well. Get caught speeding in the pit lane, you get a draft through penalty, but that's too bad for you. Do a proper entry and you'll be fine, and you'll have maybe a bit of time gain as well, as the Orange Clip storms to another good pace for the time being. But we have seen him choke races before, so it's only time can tell. In the meantime, Almanos chasing Gib.
When is the pit window open?
The pit is always open.
Pit window's probably not going to start till maybe about midway through this last 10-lap stint. If at all. If anything, all the drivers might just need to go for a last splash of fuel.
As news, of course, losing a few places after the pit stop, not unsurprising, but he's now sitting in 10th. Let's see if any other people are going to pit. Maybe some of the drivers started on mediums, and they thought after the red flag, you know what, I can do a 20-lap stint onto the hards, fulfill my tire strategy, and storm onto a good result.
It all comes down to Gib and Almonds. on Meadows. Oh my goodness. I need to pronounce more
It's
names
not
more
Manos.
better clearly.
Otmanos.
Or
I need to
Otman.
pronounce
Call him
more
Otman.
names clearly. Ottoman. No, just kidding.
No, call him Otman.
No, I'll call him Manos. Oh, Manos.
Manos. Okay.
Sure.
All right, so Gibb and Manos, they're both away from the rest of the pack. You all know this, right?
Indeed.
So if we see these two pit, and then they get out fast to time, we could definitely see Gibb, who serves his penalty 5 seconds, get back out there and secure that win for JD Motorsports. And we have a yellow flag on Sector 2.
Something I was going to mention is that Gibb is closing in
Kelly.
on a.
Wait, they both Gappy pull it in a safe place, but Gappy's out of the Grand Prix. Gappy's out of the Grand Prix. He has lost the tire and he's out of it.
No.
He has put it into a safe spot, so it's only a local yellow. Do not overtake in Sector 3, but it's only a local yellow. He's out of the track now. The track is clear again, so green flag. Gappy
So can we
is out.
see? So can we see Manos and Gibb hit? And Gibb goes off track.
Where's Gibb?
He went off track. It might have been a brake failure or something, or brakes locking up.
Might have just
Worse.
been a little bit of a miscalculation there by Gibb, but that's also going to bite into the little lead that he had there with Manos behind him. But another thing that I might need to mention here is that Gibb is closing in one corner cut away from a 10-second time penalty. So at this point, what I would do if I was him is probably just pit now. Cut my losses and get rid of that 10 seconds. Cut it down to maybe 5.
I would totally agree. If he just pits right now, and then almost follows suit, but here's the problem here.
I don't think they're gonna pit at
Look
all.
at-
There's only 6 laps remaining, so why do a pit stop now? You are in the
Look
hard
at
tires.
RA Club.
I think
at
they're gonna
RA
go to the
Club.
8 end.
Look at RA Club right here. He's 5 car lengths away from the top 2.
Hmm?
He's like 5 car lengths away.
As Drifting
But,
Casey's saying no.
There's
another engine failure. Drifting Casey's out of the Grand Prix.
No, Drifting Casey!
Get spins around.
Second week in a row, trouble for the 37.
Can he park it into a
Gibb
safe
has
space?
spun around. Gibb has spun around.
There's
Ahmed
the
is
safe
now
place
the
right
leader.
there. Can he get into that little runoff area back there? He's going to try to go
Okay,
a little bit further.
Ahmed now has a 5-second penalty too.
And Drifting Casey, very much thank you for parking it into a safe space. It's terrible luck after terrible luck. Last weekend he crashed, and this time around,
Ahmed is now in the lead, boys. Gibb has surprisingly spun.
2 engine failures in one race. We haven't had one before in a race. We only had Atmanos failing in qualifying in FIGO, but
So we're not going to see people serve their penalties here.
I think
Which
they're
is
gonna go
weird.
to the end and serve the penalty after the race. Of course, the time penalty will be served after the race. So, for example, the R8 clip would then not be 4 seconds behind, but like 5 seconds behind.
I would not say that because, we could definitely, we could totally see RA Club taking that first place spot, because he doesn't have 5-second time penalty.
But I
As
don't
George
think that's
comes
the story
very
that we-
loose out of the exit.
But I don't think that's the story that we need to cover. What we do need to cover is Lambo Racing possibly going 2 weeks in a row, 2 Grand Prix back to back. And this one might be coming from Formula Oof's home soil here with the Dutch Grand Prix. Lambo Racing with some stretch of bad luck with one of their drivers, and the other driver seems to be going on a tear.
As
RA
what happened to
Club go off,
R8?
too?
R8 disconnected somewhere.
Uh-oh.
Lots of mid-race drama, or late race drama, I should be saying.
I think he might have disconnected. Oh. Yes, he did. He did. He could safely emerge.
He can remerge, but he will be some places behind.
Gibb now has to serve a 10-second time penalty.
God, and it was close. He could have brought it home with a 5-second, but that 10-second penalty
As
is now
I
to make it a
think-
lot closer. You think what?
No, it's not gonna be a red flag. You are allowed to remerge, but you're gonna be last in remerging. My apologies, but that's kind of how it goes. Still in the lead lap though.
Hey, Shuffle, you should let me get the last lap, my boy.
Yeah, sure.
Fuck yeah. So I guess I'll let you have these next couple laps with Seeker then.
As the R8 clip will remerge on track.
Oh no! Again, Gibbs. No, Gibb!
Gibb is
He
out
just
of
lost
it!
a tire.
That's a safety car. That's a safety car.
Oh my god.
Can you drive the pace car? Can you drive the pace car?
Where is it?
On the right, most far right. I will bring you.
Most far right. Bring me. What
Gibb
gear should I be
is-
on?
Oh man, dude. Amish has just won.
Yeah,
this
let's-
race.
Drift.
Yeah, I will let
drifting
Drift
ass.
drive. I will let Drift
Alright.
drive.
Thank you, drifting.
It should be slow down people. I don't want to end on safety car. If it's not working, then I have to pull a red flag, and I don't want to do that actually. Is it driving Drift? Is it driving? It's not working. Okay, fuck it. Aqua served his penalty. No, that's Aqua. That's part. Yeah.
A good day.
We're gonna have a 2-lap shootout.
This might change everything.
Right, boys. I'm gonna have to leave early. I have to do commentate somewhere else, if you know what I mean.
All right.
Understood?
Thank you. Thank you. I'll be back next race.
No, we're gonna have a 2-lap shootout. We're gonna finish the race in racing. We're not gonna finish with a red flag. No, it's not gonna be CC reset now. Last time was because of this service shutdown.
Shuffle, can I serve my penalty, or is it not because red flag?
No, red flag you cannot.
Okay, fuck.
Oh, wait. Does that mean Manos might be in trouble?
He might be, but Robo Mesa has
no.
Robo Mesa has a good amount of seconds as well. There's only a few drivers who do not have a penalty. The Dutchman, the rate clip, will get his penalties reinstated. I gotta figure out what his penalties were, but he had a penalty, I believe. Aqua's the only one without a penalty. So is the Dutchman. So let's see how they are squaring up. Let me see what the script will be. Oh my god. I made a terrible mistake. Fuck. I know R8 will have CC. He had like 7. You had 4, then well, I made a terrible mistake, Kelly.
Shuffle, I got a corner cut in the in-lap. Does it count?
It does. It's the
Please
in-lap.
not. Please
Okay,
not.
you can remove
Can you
that
make
one
it
corner
not
cut. You
count?
can remove that one corner cut. You know when I did the overlay for fixing the thing, I forgot to remove the overlay, so the last amount of laps were not counted.
Excuse me, what?
As in the
The
laps,
last amount of laps?
they were counted. Oh fuck, I shit it. The last few laps were not streamed. The last 18 laps, they used just GMG cars, just the radio.
Shuffle! Shuffle! Oh my gosh!
Yeah, that's my fault.
Oh my no. Dude, the great battle for the lead.
I'm not gonna reset
No.
corner kits. No.
God, man.
Alright, are you all ready?
Robo Mesa, this is all your fault. I hope you know that. I hope you finish this race knowing that this is all your fault, Robo.
Are you all ready? The Dishman, yeah, you can line up in V5. I'm so stupid. Where's the rest of the... Is this all we have left? Where's Aqua? Where's...
Well, we had 2 JD Motorsports drivers
1, 2, 3,
die, and then we
4,
had I Love.
5,
Didn't I Love Football
6,
expire
7.
too?
Aqua, you're not in P5. The Dishman is in P5. My apologies, but he's in P5.
Yeah, this is all we had left. We had 3 DNFs in that stint.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We had we had like 12 stars, right? 2 DNF'd, 2 DNF'd, so that's 8 left.
3 DNF'd. 3
Okay.
DNF'd.
No, because we had 2 engine failures and 2 crashes. Both JDs crashed, lost their tires, and I Love Football DNF with his engine.
Yeah, so that's 3 DNFs.
This guy, Aqua's right, yeah. Altman, calm down, calm down. A red flag is a red flag. You did the corner cuts, not my problem.
Guys, a win's a win.
Okay. Are you guys ready?
Alrighty, here we go. The starting lights will be coming on shortly. This red flag might have just changed the whole dynamic of this race. We shall see. It's all come down to this. The lights have started. The racing grid is set. And off and away we go for the Dutch Grand Prix for the final time. Side by side with GMG and Lambo Racing up into turn number 1. That is, I believe, Atmanos currently battling with... Who is that? That is that Robo? That is indeed Robo Mesa battling for the lead with Atmanos. Atmanos currently has that 5-second penalty. So Atmanos needs to push these last few
Mesa
laps
has
to
also a 5-second time penalty, so that will equal each other out. The real Cappy also has a penalty, I think. Let me see, where's Josh? I cannot see Josh on the leaderboard. Where is he? Am I blind? I indeed am.
He's
He does not have a 5-second time penalty. Robo should watch out he doesn't get a 10-second.
Indeed.
So this is
So really the contenders right now.
Durate's best. This is Josh's bestest chance at getting a first Grand Prix victory. Let's see how it goes for them. But Aquacar also with a great shot for a victory. The gaps are not that big.
But as we come down the front straightaway this time by, I believe we're going to see 1 to go at the stripe. The real Cappy might be able to pull something off today due to some time penalties. Claiming his first ever Grand Prix win. He's closing in on the top 2 right now as we speak. Atmanos currently under pressure from the real Cappy. He runs wide.
Robo Mesa committing. He has now a 10-second time penalty, making sure he gains as much ground as he can, but he's still, as it stands, he would be dropped all the way back to P8. The Dutchman will not get lucky with the most of penalties, although Kimi has a 10 seconds as well. So Robo would not be all the way last. Josh, gotta watch out as well. He's 5 seconds away from a penalty. He's already had a 5-second penalty now as well. So that will mix up everything, and I have to make sure check the race winner after the race ended, because it's gonna be chaotic.
Well, unofficially right now, RoboMace is leading the charge to the final sector of the racetrack. Right now, as it stands, really the only two in contention right now are the R8 Club and Josh.
George has 5 seconds as well, buddy.
Josh gets a 5-second penalty.
RoboMesa will cross the line in first, but it will probably be the R8 who will finish in first. Let's see how many seconds everyone is behind. R8 2.3. News will be dropped back. Scenic Fan will probably get a podium here. Aquacar will get another podium as well, probably. Let me check the penalties, and then I'll be making the official results in a moment's time. But what a race! What an interesting race this has been.
What a dramatic race.
Yeah.
That was a very dramatic race. Very, very dramatic. And Manos very clearly heartbroken.
Okay, Atmanos will get in front of RoboMace, so that's not an issue. So let me check this order out. I know you did. You don't have any corner cuts on the leaderboard. At least not enough to warrant a penalty. You have 2 right now. R8 has 4. R8 will be promoted. He's 2.3 seconds behind. Okay, let me get a note.
It's time for
The notepad.
It's time for Shuffle to do some math.
Gap, he has 10
Sky
seconds
Kai,
as well,
I am
doesn't really matter. Okay, so those...
Sky Kai, I am beside myself. I am beside myself, Sky Kai.
Okay, 10 seconds, that will put him... up and 5 seconds behind. Okay, R8 has won. R8 has officially won.
Oh my god, we gotta tell Jake that his driver won this race? Are
That's
you
the
serious?
furthest Syrian win this season.
Oh my god.
No, Robo, you muppet. You crossed the
muppet.
finish line. Now I gotta watch the stream for my results.
God damn it, Robo. Robo.
I cannot
Robo.
check the CC before the race. If anyone has a screenshot or not, I cannot check it because wait, does Robo has a point of view? Please, Robo, tell me you looked at the corner kits. Oddman,
I think he normally has the leaderboard open. Correct me if I'm wrong.
okay,
He normally has the leaderboard open. Do you want me to go check?
Robo Mesa will be our only hope at the moment.
I'll go check.
And if he does,
So you said when the flag came out, right?
and if
so
he
you
does
said
it open. So let's.
both catching up to the...
He actually goes on account.
Oh man. This might be the
But he will be at the pit lane.
the game changer.
Something we could see potentially later, Shuffle, is that
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Does anyone have a point of view? Okay. Because the only thing I can see is one.
Shuffle, when are you looking for before we shut down?
Oh yeah, but Robo has had his leaderboard up for a very long stint. Wait. Here's a small moment.
It's on at the end.
Yeah, but that
Of
doesn't really interest me. Wait, I just saw a moment where. Oh. Fuck. This is a very confusing end, man. This is the worst end to a Grand Prix I've had so far.
If you need to end VC just so you can go like focus and get the results, then that might just need to be what you do.
In the meantime, while I am doing that, could you interview the drivers just?
Yeah.
Well,
I'd recommend drivers if you've got really nothing positive to say right now, maybe refrain from getting interviews right now. Just that way we don't bother Shuffle while he tries to gather the results. But is there anybody who would like to have an interview and just talk about the race? Yard has nothing but positivity. Of course you don't. Or of course you do. Robo would like to talk, and he's the first one who raised his hand, so he's going to be the first one that we talk to. Then after that, we will do Sky Kai. Sky Kai, before I do Robo, do you only do chat interview? Okay. All right. Well, Robo Mesa, you were leading up at the front at the end there, but a 10-second time penalty for you might have been the difference between you and a Grand Prix win for you and Team GMG here today from the Dutch Grand Prix. What are your emotions after today's dramatic race?
I can't be any more fucking livid, if I'm going to be honest. The cuts in the last red flag got reset completely, and there's people that should have finished behind me if they kept those cuts, and apparently that red flag warranted resetting the cuts, but this one, with literally 2 laps to go, the whole field is right up with each other.
okay, Robo, can I
It just
explain?
doesn't matter, so there's really nothing I could do.
Robo, can I explain to you why the cuts got reset the first time and not the second time?
It was on my stream.
Yeah, I know that why the cuts were reset the first red flag because the whole server was reset. You know, there was a game.
It was a clean slate, essentially, is what.
Yeah, there
Shuffle
was a
trying to-
game ending, like just an erasable bug going on. You can't do pit stop. That's why there was a clean slate. You know, normally I do not do corner cuts removal for red flags.
And there's people, that you apparently removed a couple of red flags that people had in cautions. Not everyone, by the way. There was a couple of cuts that other people got that just never got reset. So, just I don't know what to feel after this one, but it's not good feelings.
No, I understand that, but honestly, I'm not trying to
But,
work out every. I'm literally watching your stream in 2x speed to figure out what the exact happening was.
Right.
I will make a result shortly, but your point of view will kind of determine how the rest of the race goes, because
I guess I'd be useful in finishing first out of that. So I guess in my eyes, I
okay,
know
but
that won't be
I'm
officially recognized, but I did what I set out to do. I
exactly.
finished
At least
first.
you finished first on track. Although
So-
to be honest, you had 10 seconds, so there's always
There's
people.
nothing I could do about that.
Yeah.
So.
There's people with 5 seconds behind you as well. So I mean, okay.
I know that Manas is going to be just as fire as I am. So.
Yeah, but Admanas.
But
You know,
overall-
that's just gut wrenching, honestly. So, I guess that's all.
Gut wrenching. I mean, especially on that last restart, what were your emotions that with that yellow flag and a lot of that late race drama? How did that final restart feel for you?
I mean, I felt like I had to push my ass out of the oven is what the best way I could describe this one, because I was getting cooked left and right. There's nothing I could do. I just had to push as hard as I physically can, and I saw that I got a cut, and I'm like, well, I really need to push now. So, I just squeezed whatever I could out of it, and I think if I didn't get that penalty, that 10-second penalty, I might have been able to still finish in the front because I pretty much was running the same line. But yeah, no, that just was that was pretty sucky.
Definitely an unfortunate happenstance for you and Team GMG and your guys' entry. for the end of the Dutch Grand Prix here, but overall, you still had a damn near amazing race today from the Dutch Grand Prix. What do you got to say on your late race surge there? That's the last question.
Well, I was starting to really get the track figured out. Did help that the guys that were big threats today, Amanos, the RA Club. Amanos was doing pretty good, actually. Gibby and the RA Club, those are the guys that were the big threats today. And I'm kind of glad that, well, doesn't matter anymore, but at the moment I was glad that, there's a slip-up because those guys were going to be the ones that were going to just dominate the whole time. So... glad we could get the show, but, there wasn't much of a show for me, so, yeah. Thanks.
All right, thank you for talking to us, Robo Mesa, and that is going to cap off GMG's number 12 entries interview there from the Dutch Grand Prix. So we're going to move on to the next person who has their hand raised, which I believe was Sky Kai, and Sky Kai requested that he
Okay, Oddman,
get a...
before you gonna say that, I gave him this corner cuts back before he raced. I gave him back the 4cc he had before he raced. So that's why I like that. He only had 4. He stayed very clean. He stayed very smart. And I have reviewed RoboStream. I have gone to 5 minutes of watching, and the final lap R8 did. Moments before that, Robo looked at his screen, and R8 Club indeed still only had 4 corner kits. R8 rejoined. I gave him the corner kits back. The red flag came out, and he indeed is the official Grand Prix victor. Tristan Casey, I have literally looked at the screen. I have looked at the screen. And I am not talking about the pre-corner cut, the pre-shutdown corner cuts, because those are not counted, because y'all got new corner kits. I will now review the rest of the standings. Thank you very much. I will say thank you for the stream. On YouTube, you guys will see the results shortly. My apologies for that horrendous end of the Grand Prix, but